Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful cardigan. We're just making two garnish squares and put them together to get this effect you're seeing in this video. A 4 medium weight yarn can work for this project, and the recommended hook for your yarn. I'm using a lace to create this, and the 4mm crochet hook. We need the scissors, a tapestry needle, and a hook to create this. If you find this tutorial useful, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button. Anytime I upload a new video, you will be notified. So now let's get into the video. Okay, to start the granny square, the 4mm crochet hook, you're going to make a slip knot, and then you're going to chain 4. And when you finish chaining 4, you're going to make a slip stitch into the beginning chain to form a ring. So now we are going to start working. Chain 3. It counts as a double crochet. Into that ring, put 2 double crochets in there. So now we have 3 into that. Now you're going to chain 3, and then you're going to put 3 double crochet into the same ring. And when you're done, you're going to chain 3. So now we're going to repeat it 2 more times. We should have a total of 4 groups of these 3 double crochet, chain 3, and then 3 double crochet into the same ring. So now we are going to do one more group. Chain 3 into the same space, put 3 double crochet. Okay, so now we have 4 groups of this. So to end this round, you're going to chain 1 and then yarn over to the top of the chain 3, make half double crochet to end this round. So to start round 2, you're going to chain 3. It counts as a stitch. Yarn over, go into that space and put 2 double crochet. Our first half corner is made. We are going to finish it while finishing this round 2. And then now, after putting 2, you're going to chain 2, yarn over, go into that chain 3 space, put 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet into that space. And when you're done, you're going to chain 2 and then go into the next chain 3 space, repeat the same thing. So this is what we're going to do for round 2. When you reach at the end, you're going to chain 2 to complete this round. Chain 2 and then go into that space where we already worked 3 and put 3 double crochet into that space. We should have 4 corners of this chain 3. And when you finish putting your 3 double crochet, you're going to chain 1 and then yarn over, make a half double crochet at the top of the chain 3 to end this round 2. So this is how we are going to end every round until we are ready to complete or finish a round without working any other round again. So whenever you finish, you're going to chain 3 and then into that same space put 2 double crochet. You're going to complete this round when you are finishing, when we are going to finish this round 3. So when you finish chain 2, into this chain 2 space put 3 double crochet. So anytime you make a round, you have an increase. Anytime you make a round, you have an increase. And when you're done, you're going to chain 2. You're going to the next chain 2 corner space, chain 3 corner space, put 3 double crochet, put 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet into that same corner. And this is what we're going to repeat for round 3. So after putting, you're going to chain 2 and then put 3 double crochet, chain 3 to 3 double crochet into the next corner. Repeat this for this round 3 until you reach at the end, and I'll meet you back there. When you reach at the end, you're going to chain 2 and then complete that corner, put 3 double crochet into that last corner. So now we're going to repeat round 2, 3 for the rest of this. For the rest of the granny square, you should have 2 identical granny squares. So this is how it looks like. So the more rounds you make, the more you will have an increase for your work. You always put 3 double crochet at the center of your chain 2, and then when you reach your corner, chain 3 space, you put 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet into that same corner. So when you reach at the end to complete the next corner, you're going to chain 2 and then put 3 double crochets into that corner. So this is how you end every round. And to start the next round, you'll chain 1 and then make half double crochet into the top of the chain 3, and then from there you'll chain 3, put 3 double crochet into that same space to start the next round. So go ahead and repeat this until you have about 18 rounds or more. If you want your granny square big, the more rounds you make, the more big it will look like. As you can see in this video, I have this granny square. This is how it looks like. I have 18 rounds with me here, and this is what I want. So I'll repeat this until I have 2 panels. Now to end the round, since I'm not going to make any round again, I am going to chain 3 like how I did for the other corners. Instead of chaining 1 and make a half double crochet into the top of the chain 3s, I'll just go ahead and chain 3 and then complete that round, and then I'll just cut off the yarn and weave in the remaining yarn that I have. So this is how it should look like when I complete my round. So I'll just go ahead and cut the yarn, and then that is the end of my work. So you should have a total of 2 panels of granny squares. They should be the same, and should be the same amount of rows you have. As you can see, this is the right side of our work, and this is the wrong side of our work. So we are going to weave in the ends of our yarn to the wrong side of the granny square. So with your darning needle, go ahead and weave in the ends of the remaining yarn you have to the wrong side of the granny square. So you just pick up some loop at the top of your work and hide the remaining yarn you have for your work like this. So go ahead and hide it as many as you want. I will just go ahead and weave in the ends of the yarn at the top of my work, the wrong side of the work. So you're going to repeat the same thing we did for the first granny square to create the second granny square. So when you're done, you're going to cut off that remaining yarn, and you will repeat this same method for the other remaining yarn. So do the same thing here for these points. This is where we start our work, as you can see. So this is the good side, the right side of our work, and this is the wrong side of our work. So we are going to flip our work like this. When you finish working, we are going to join to close this. We are going to close it halfway. This is where we start our work, as you can see. So at the center of that point, we are going to stop there to join this granny square. Okay, so the center where you start your work, this point where we start our work, this is where we are going to stop when we are joining the granny square together. So at this point, you're going to put a stitch marker at this point to know exactly where you're going to stop and where you're going to start. So as you can see, I already put a stitch marker where I'm going to stop while joining this granny square. So at that chain 3 space, go ahead and pull through the yarn at that point. Chain 1 go into that same point, chain 3 space and make a single crochet, and then into the next stitch you're going to join these two together. Go into both loops. We are going to join using the single crochet method. And into the next stitch, make sure you don't skip a stitch, and when you're joining it, you should be in the wrong side. When you reach your chain 2 space, you're going to put 2 single crochet into that space, and then into the next stitches you're going to join them together. Go into both loops. And into the next chain 2 space, put 2 single crochet. So this is what we are going to do. This is how we are going to join it together until you reach your stitch marker where you put your stitch marker. And when you reach where you put your stitch marker, remove that stitch marker, and this the same method we use for this first granny square is the same method we are using for the other granny square. The same way we join this one together. So when you are done, you're going to chain 1 and then cut off the yarn and weave in the remaining yarn to the wrong side of your granny square. So this is what we have. So when you're done, you're going to flip it to the right side, and this is where we join it together. So go ahead and repeat the same thing for the other granny square, and I'll meet you back at the end to start working on the next part. So I'm going to repeat the same method for this other granny square. Make sure you do it the same way we do the other one, and they should be at the exact point you join the first one. Alright, I have them here already. They are both ready. I have joined them together, as you can see in this video. So now we are going to join these two together to form it to a cardigan. So we're going to join it together, as you can see in this video. This is how we're going to walk around. So you're going to put your work like this. And you're going to take your hook and the yarn you use to create your granny square. We're going to start working right at this chain 3 space. Make a slip knot. Go into that chain 3 space. And then you're going to chain into that space. Make a single crochet, chain, and then work two double crochet into that same space. And then when you're done, you're going to chain 2, go into the next chain 2 space, work 3 double crochet, like the way we did for the granny square. And when you're done, you're going to chain 2, go into the next chain 2 space, work 3 double crochet. So repeat this until you reach the next chain 3 space, and I'll meet you back there. You're going to work 3 double crochet into every chain space you have until you reach the next chain 3 space. Make sure you don't skip a chain space. Alright, when you finish working around, you reach your next chain 2 space, sorry, your next chain 3 space. We are going to put these 2 panels together. So when you reach at that point, you're going to chain 2 and then go into that chain 3 space, work 1 double crochet, and then again you're going to yarn over, go into that space, you're going to put a stitch in there, pull a stitch through that space, and then go into the next chain 3 space of the next granny square, go into that chain 3 space with your hook, and then pull a yarn through that chain 3 space, yarn over, pull through 3 loops, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, go into that same space, and then work 1 double crochet. Now you're going to chain 2, go into the next chain 2 space, and then work, repeat the same thing we did for the other granny square. Go into every chain 3 space, chain 2 space, and work 3 double crochet, and with a chain 2 in between. Repeat this until you reach the next chain 3 space, and I'll meet you at the end. Alright, when you reach at this point, you're going to chain 2, go into that space and put 3 double crochet. Alright, so everything is now connected. We have one panel. This is the back of our work. This is the back, as you can see, and this is going to be the front. Okay, this is how it's going to look like after you join these 2 granny squares together. So now we have one piece of work. This is how it looks like. So now what we're going to do, we're just going to walk back and forth, back and forth. So when you're finished, you don't have to chain, just turn your work, and then to that first stitch, go in with a single crochet, go onto both loops, and then when you're done, you're going to chain 3, yarn over, go into the next chain 2 space, put 3 double crochet, and then into every chain 2 space we are going to put 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet into every chain 2 space. So this time around, no increase for this work. We're just going to put 3 double crochet into every chain 2 space with a chain 2 in between. Make sure you chain 2 in between your work. So now you're going to work into every chain 2 space, and you can make this cardigan as long as you want. As for me, I don't think it will be long enough because I don't have enough yarn, so I'll just keep on working until I reach this point, and I'll meet you back there. When you reach at this point, you're going to yarn over into that single crochet you make at the beginning of this round. Make 3 double crochet in there. And when you're done, instead of chaining, you're just going to turn your work. So this is how we end every round, and this is how we start every round. Now to start it, put 1 single crochet into your first stitch, chain 3, and then go into the next chain 2 space, work 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets into every chain 2 space. So you will end your round with 3 double crochets into your single crochet you make, and then when you're done, you're just going to turn your work, put 1 single crochet into the first double crochet, chain 3, and then work 3 double crochets into every chain 2 space, and then with a chain 2 space, chain 2 in between. So repeat this until you reach at the end of this round. When you reach at the end, you're going to yarn over and then go into this first single, this chain 2 space, and then put 3 double crochets. When you're done, you're going to turn your work. Instead of chaining, don't chain, just turn your work and then start into the first double crochet, and then put a single crochet in there. Chain 3, you're going to walk into the next chain 2 space with a 3 double crochet. So from this point now, you just keep walking back and forth, turning your work. So repeat this until you have the desired amount of rounds you want. You can make it as long as you want, it's up to you. So work all around your work until you reach a space. You're going to put 3 double crochet into that space, turn your work, and then start into the first stitch, put single crochet, chain 3, and then you're going to chain 2, and then work into every chain 2 space. So keep on repeating this round. As you can see, this is what the work is looking like already. So repeat this until you reach the point you want to stop, and I'll meet you at the end to start the next round. Okay, I have 19 rounds with me here. As you can see, this is where I will stop because I don't have much more yarn. So you can add more rounds if you want, and this is how it looks like. So the work should be at the right side at this point. We are going to close the back a little bit. As you can see here, we're going to count four corners of this 3 double crochets, and we're going to close it here using the single crochet method, like the same thing we did to join our granny squares together. So first space of this chain 3 space, we are going to close it at the back. We're going to close it a little bit at this point. So exactly at this point, we are going to start at the chain at the first double crochet, and with the same yarn you use to create your work, you're going to make a slip knot, and exactly at this point we are going to start working there. So go ahead and make a slip knot with your yarn, and then into that first stitch, pull your yarn through there. You're going to chain 1, and then into that same stitch, go into that same stitch, and then into the next stitch, go with your hook in there, pull through a yarn. We're going to walk over this remaining yarn, pull your yarn through that chain, and then make a single crochet, and then into every stitch until you reach your chain 2 space. When you reach your chain 2 space, you're going to put 2 single crochet in there, and then work into the next stitches. Work 1 single crochet into every stitch. When you reach your chain 2 space, you're going to put 2 single crochet into that space. Repeat this until you reach at the bottom, the end of this, and I'll meet you. When you reach at the end, just put 1 single crochet into that space, chain 1, and then cut off that yarn, and then you're going to weave in that remaining yarn to the wrong side of your work. So this is how it looks like at the right side of our work. This is where our joining takes place. So you're going to flip your work at the right side facing you. This is how it looks like after putting it together like this. So now we're going to work on the neckline. So when you're done, you're going to cut off the yarn. We're going to start at the right side of our work to work the neckline. And you can choose to stop anywhere. You don't have to stop exactly where I stop. So I'm going to flip my work like this and attach the yarn at this point. Go ahead and make a slip knot. And then at the bottom of that chain 3, at the top, not in between that space, at the top of those stitches, go in there with your hook and then pull the yarn through that stitch. Chain 1, you're going to work 1 single crochet into that same stitch, and then to the single crochet at the bottom there, put a single crochet. Go at the top, and then to the next stitch down there, you're going to put single crochet at the top, going with a single crochet. And when you reach the chain space, you're going to put single crochet, not in between, just go at the top of your stitches and then put a single crochet in there. So you're going at the top of each stitch, putting two single crochets all around. Now for the neckline, you can choose to make more rounds of this single crochet. Work one single crochet into every stitch. When you reach at the top here, you can see the stitches are visible. So repeat this until you reach at the end, the bottom, the other part of our work. And when you're done, you're just going to turn. Instead of chaining, don't chain, just turn your work and then work one single crochet into every stitch. You can work over this remaining yarn, that's if you have it. So I have a remaining yarn with me here, so I'm just going to work on top of it, putting one single crochet into every stitch that I have. Like I said, you can make more rounds of this single crochet around your neckline, and I don't think I'll have to make more because I don't have enough yarn. So repeat this until you reach at the other parts of your work. So when you're done, when you reach at the bottom and you have your desired amount you want, you can make as many rounds you want, and you're just going to cut off the yarn and then weave in the remaining